Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? If you are in a place where you feel disappointed about your efforts, then you have to take a really hard, true, and honest look at your life and understand where you are in your own way. So much of this journey is about understanding where you are at this moment to get to where you want to go. And if today, right now, you're stuck in this narrative of, I am disappointed in myself because I did not show up for myself, that is tied so deeply into our worth, our value, and our self esteem. And it's really easy to get that misconstrued with effort, right? Because there is a correlation between what you put in and what you get out, but there's also the mindset that you have, the way you think about yourself, the way you feel about yourself in the world. And the sad part of it is many of us, and I've mentioned this before, are ingrained with this software that says we're not good enough, smart enough, capable enough. And so we reach in towards these levels of perfectionism and saying to ourselves, I have to be great at everything, or I'm going to be disappointed when I'm not. Realistically, I don't know a single person who's great at anything. And I mean, I'm not. I certainly am not. And so I measure that and I think about how can I just show up more, better, stronger, harder, more efficient, whatever that thing is, and keep moving forward. And that's the thing here. Can you keep moving forward? Can you keep showing up every single day and doing that? And you have to reframe your understanding of what disappointment means. If you take it and you spin it on its head and you go, these moments in which I did not live up to my expectations as self-defined can be moments of learning. And I can measure that and look at it and go, okay, in this moment, I did not live up to my expectation of what I set for myself. Thus, I have failed. Now, disappointment can be an emotional response, right? But it also can kind of be that trigger that throws you further down that spiral because you don't do it one time and next thing you know, 10 days, 5 months, whatever has gone by, you're looking back on your life and you're going, man, I'm such a disappointment. Where does that come from? Is that about you? Or is that about the other people? Is that something dad said when you were 4? Is that something that your teacher said when you were 17? Is that what your boss said the other day? Disappointment is always going to be there. There's no way to escape it. It's just fact. But how do you understand it? Can I look at it and go, all right, I didn't show up for myself here. Thus, I'm not going to actually beat myself up about this because there's no space. Why am I going to beat myself up about this when the whole world already is beating me up about everything else, right? Then you sit with it and you measure it and you ask yourself a very difficult question. And that question is, why did I not show up for myself in this moment? Right? Stress, anxiety, depression. You don't know how to start. You don't know what to do. You don't feel like it. It's tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Is it procrastination? There's so many different reasons why we don't show up in that moment. But you have to get brutally honest with yourself and lay that out on the table and say, this is why I didn't go to the gym. This is why I didn't go to work on time. This is why I didn't eat well tonight. And if you can sit with it and understand that the baseline of it may be tied into something like anxiety or depression or narratives ingrained in you from your youth, then what you can do is sit with that for a moment and start to create a framework into what's next. So you measure it. It becomes a point of data. You go, okay, I didn't go to the gym this morning because I slept in, and then I didn't have enough time because I would have been late to work. All right, game plan. How do you get up to go to gym without putting yourself in a position where you're going to be late for work? Well, let's break it down. And people talk about the gym option all the time, and it's just easy, so I'll go there. But like, let's think about this goal. What is the goal? What is it that I want to accomplish in my life? I want to go to the gym 3 times a week, right? Easy. Lay out your clothes the night before. Put it in your phone. You need to have a calendar laying out your entire day, start to finish when it comes to the things that you want to move towards, because without direction, you'll just be spinning. I've talked about this many times. Now, you got your clothes laid out, you got your alarm set. Now comes the place of accountability. When that alarm goes off, you have to force yourself to get up. You have to force yourself to make your life your life. Otherwise, you're going to be living on other people's terms. And when you live on other people's terms, you live on other people's time. That's something you have to take into consideration. And so the alarm goes off. What do? I don't know about you, but at one point in my life, this definitely wasn't you because it was my experience. I was 24, 25 years old. 350 pounds, laying in bed eating chocolate cake at 11 o'clock in the morning, watching the CrossFit games, knowing that the gym was in the building across the street from my apartment. Why didn't I go? Mindset, the way I felt about myself, my self-esteem, the way I feel about the world, the way the world had kind of buried itself on me. In hindsight, I can look back on that and I can understand that and go, this is the reason why. In the moment, though, what I had to end up doing to start to create the change in the narrative and really that snowball effect to what was next is I had to start forcing myself to go to the gym.